Hey everybody, this is Daryl, aka D from the Simply Incredible Podcast. You know that because that's where we are right now. I just made that up. That's cool. We're here with Hialeah.
What's up?
What's up? And we got Billy down here.
Hey, good afternoon.
And at some point, we may have someone else join us. We'll see. We hope so. But if not, we got plenty to talk about this week. First off, just because it just happened, Hialeah, your Raiders put up a heck of a fight.
I'm very proud of them, dude. I'm very happy with their season they had. I didn't expect them to be. They went down to the wire, man. So I'm proud of them.
Yep.
Very happy.
Not like they didn't have anything happen this year, just any sort of adversity at all.
No. Exactly, man. For them to overcome everything and they were fighting till the end, dude. I was excited for them being in the playoffs, man. It's been too long. It's been way too long.
Yeah. Me being a Detroit fan, I would know nothing about that because they're always in the playoffs.
Nothing.
Y'all had Barry Sanders, so that should last your lifetime anyway, right?
Well, it really does. It really does. I mentioned that to a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and he said, look at all of our Hall of Fame running backs. I was like, really? Compared to Barry? Come on now. Come on.
Stacy.
I consider myself lucky to have seen Barry run a few times.
You all right, Hialeah?
Yeah, I'm all right.
All right. Okay. We got the sports out of the way. Now for what everyone come for, the comics and the whatnot. Do you want to start with showing some stuff, or do you want to start with one of our topics?
I'm good to go with whatever you guys want to do, man. I'm here to chat.
Run the show. What do you want to do, D?
You know what? I'm going to start off with showing some stuff just because I got some stuff from Andy, Mr. Bonafide Comics himself. And like I posted, this was a fantastic haul.
Look really good.
A little nugget there. We got some nice, fantastic. You know what? I don't want to do this to you guys, but it has to be done.
Not too close. Not too close. Not too close, D. There you go. Okay.
Is that okay?
That's good. That's good.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
So we got Fantastic Four number, is that 57? 57. So I like those Doom covers.
Any Fantastic Four cover with Doom is a fantastic cover.
It's money. It's money.
55 with Silver Surfer and Thing.
Nice.
I always think Silver
Super
Surfer.
sweet.
I just think every cover he's on is just a great cover. You know what? Where are we at? 39. It's kind of beaten up.
I like that one.
And
it's something about Daredevil on that cover. That cover is absolutely one of my favorite Fantastic Four covers of all time. But it's something about just the wonkiness of Daredevil's outstretched hand as he's walking along. I absolutely love it.
My thing is when I look at his head looks on crooked. and then he's got a walking stick.
Isn't that one like there's a Spiderman that looks a lot like that, where it's Spiderman coming over the top?
The blind shall lead. Remember that.
Yes. I mean, if I don't have my glasses on, I can take y'all all kinds of places. 109. Andy just threw this one in just because.
That's nice, though, man.
So I was like, sure.
Early Browns, I think that's Buscema, right? Buscema?
I think so. Mighty Marvel winner. That must be me. And then these two. These are the two I really wanted. Number 38.
Oh, dude, sweet. Sweet book.
When I see stuff with Medusa on it, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I want that ASM where she's tying Spider-Man up with her hair.
Oh, yes.
Such a great cover. So
I swear she made appearances in Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends or something, because I swear I remember, like, as a kid, seeing an animated version of Medusa. So I've got to sit down with some Disney Plus and go through some Spider-Man episodes and see if I can find that one again.
I'm going to have to look that up because I did not know that.
I believe you're right, too.
And then shout out to our good friend Jeff, Cantonese Comic Kid, because whenever he posts on Instagram, he always mentions Yancey Street.
Yes, he does. This is, I think it's, isn't that one of his
I think
LCS.
that's what one of his shops is.
Yeah,
And first
that's a great
cover
cover.
of The Watcher.
That's such a great cover, and it started on Yancey Street. God, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. So that's the only things I had. You guys
Yeah,
got
it kind of
anything?
sucks you in because it's like, what exactly is it that did indeed start?
It's almost like
That's a good question.
it reminds me of an old Twilight Zone. It happened on Mulberry Street or something like that, and it's supposedly aliens landed. It reminds me of an old Twilight Zone. That's for sure.
Mulberry.
Yeah,
You guys got anything you want to show?
dude? I got some books. Nothing that you're gonna know, D.
Well, of course. That's.
But I got this. It's
Oh, wait, no, dip, there, no. Then we do that.
God,
There
the
we
technical
go.
producer needs to be fired.
I believe
I know that's that guy behind the screen. Oh wait, that's me.
I believe this is
Multitasking.
Star Wars Magazine C2E2. I don't know if you can see that. It's
Who
the
is that on the cover?
Now she's coming in pretty well.
Yeah.
Mandalorian.
Definitely looks
tough.
like a metallic Mandalorian.
Yeah, dude, it's hard to, but it's a freaking beautiful cover, dude. It's like
Nice.
brownish bronze. It's hard to tell. I also got where'd I put them? I also got this. I got a pair of these, the trade dress and the Virgin. It's a Department of Truth, I believe 11, Marilyn Monroe.
That's pretty
What's
sweet.
the name of it?
I'm sorry?
What's the name of the comic?
Department of Truth 11, I believe.
Department of Truth. Okay.
Like I got this one. That's the Virgin. And I got this one, which is the trade. I kind of like the trade, man. And if you can't see it on camera, but you see the demons in the back.
Yepers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's another one on this side, dude. I think that's not on the Virgin. There it goes. It's not on the
Nice.
Virgin cover, so it looks pretty badass on that.
That's pretty sweet.
And so I got those two, and then of course I got a 9.8 of the Virgin.
Nice. Were they limited to any certain amount?
Yeah, they were limited. I don't remember what the number was.
Because I figure those Virgin ones are probably pretty low limited there.
Dude, I got too many of these freaking Department of Truth, man. But the thing is, I always tell myself, hey, man, this is the last one. But they just come up with so many different variants that, of course, today I started looking and I ordered another one.
And that's where they get you.
Dude, I
That's
just
kind of how I'm with Stray Dogs, man. The Stray Dogs variants.
Stray
Holy
Dogs is
crap.
bald, dude. It's crazy. And then I got this, and I don't even collect this. It's DC. I got very little DC, dude, but
Man,
I saw this
hate for
once.
DC.
I fell in love with the comic, and I was like, dude, that's such a badass cover. And I was able to get one for a really good price. It's just really, dude, it's Salvation Run number 7.
Oh, that is
Oh,
one of
yeah.
my favorites. I
Dude.
love that Adam Hughes cover. Not Adam Hughes.
It's
Neil Adams cover.
Neil Adams, dude.
Yeah.
This cover is freaking epic, bro. It is fucking. I'll drop the video when I unbox it. I filmed it earlier today, and it's just. This isn't in my wheelhouse. I don't collect this, but dude, I just couldn't pass this up, man. This is a fucking badass.
Sometimes that's all you need, man. I mean, it definitely. I'll tell you, people are collecting for covers more than ever right now. And I'm not a huge. I'm a book guy, but I tell you what, I can definitely see the appreciation for covers, and I tell everybody every time if they're looking for stuff to get, like just the classic Jim Lee covers, the classic McFarlane covers, the classic, Silvestri X-Men covers.
Yeah, definitely.
You can't go wrong with that if you're buying something strictly for the cover.
Yeah, dude.
And DC has a ton of stuff where the cover really does the book justice.
Definitely. I'm really happy I got it, dude. Mainly what I've been looking for is Bronze Age and Silver Age, but I just couldn't pass it up. I saw it for a really good price, and then I saw that it was my comic shop, and I go, oh shit, let me go to the site and see how much they got it, because they always put it more on eBay. So I went to the shop and I bought it off their website, and I think it was like $55 difference. So
I was gonna say it was only $55. Like, holy crap!
$55 is a big deal, dude.
No. I thought you were saying it cost $55.
Oh no.
And I was going to be like, holy crap, that's a steal.
No. I saved $55 just buying it off their site. It was crazy.
Yeah,
$55 is a really sweet comic book, you know, in terms of savings right there.
Oh, definitely. But I'm super happy with that. But that's what I got.
Well, I made a little trip over to my friends at Big Lick Comics today in Roanoke, and that's Adam and JD. They put on the Big Lick Comic Con twice a year, and just kind of poking around. And as always, I'm the type of guy that can find something to interest me. And of course, I did get a little give Neil Adams a little bit of love today, but I think my first up is for today is going to be a little bit of Nick Fury with this awesome Hate Monger cover here.
That's great.
Nice, dude.
You know, and as always, they hook me up with different things, and then of course Neil Adams, of course, just see it just sitting on a rack in the back there, but you can't leave this one behind because Supergirl has smashed the Bottle City of Kandor on the cover, and I'm not even a Superman guy, but I really am. There's some Superman covers out there that are really starting to, you know, I'm starting to kind of get caught by them a little bit more and more. So that's, you know, a little bit of a Silver Age and a Bronze Age thing there. Then slowly but surely, I will finish my entire run of Marvel Spotlight, and honestly, it's kind of the easy ones, and just finding the right grades on these. This is in really nice shape. It's a white cover. It's nice and white, but there's a Spotlight with the Son of Satan right there.
Nice.
Very nice.
And last up for my little perusings today, I noticed this sitting on one of their racks as well. I don't think this character will ever get optioned into the MCU, but you know what? I'm going to be prepared just in case he does. This is one of those books I buy it every time I see it, but it's another issue of Marvel Spotlight with a Scarecrow.
Very nice.
Nice.
And it's very much like, who is this Scarecrow that I've literally only seen, you know, in this little set of books here? I'm used to the bad guy Scarecrows, and of course the Wizard of Oz Scarecrow, and you know, this Scarecrow here, you know, kind of fits in with it. I love the Marvel Bronze Age horror stuff, and that kind of fits into that genre, the Werewolf by Night, the Scarecrow, the Son of Satan, all of that.
Definitely.
That's one of those things, you know, I'm about 6 issues off of my Tomb of Dracula run right now.
Nice.
And, you know, I've 1 issue away from Star Wars. I didn't even realize that I didn't have the final issue. I was getting ready to check all the boxes, and I'm like, wait a second, I don't have 107.
Oh, dude, that's great, man.
But
awesome.
That's kind of how it's going for me right now. Right now, I'm gearing up for the Big Lick Comic Con, and hopefully we can find a few books there that pique my interest and stuff. But that's my little show and tell today. Hopefully I showed somebody out there something cool to kind of look for or that they think is cool.
Gosh, I'm so jealous that you've almost got that complete, because I've been working on that for a while, and I just don't have any of the big books after about issue 7. So all the money books I don't have.
I got very lucky with one of mine. The first appearance of Boba Fett. I found that it was an entire set of the Empire Strikes Back, you know, in a bag, and they were all in fantastic shape. And the dealer at a particular con had that entire set of subset of books from the Star Wars series for $99.
Wow.
And I was just like, yeah, you just hand it over now. Here's my money. You know, and from there, it was like, you know what? Now I've got a realistic shot for finishing the run. And sure enough, a dealer here and a dealer there. And my goal for that was to try to do, you know, at least 8.5 or better. I like 8.5. Me and Andy had this discussion one time when it comes to grades. Mm-hmm. And, you know, a 9.8 is nice, but you're scared to touch a 9.8. Or even a 9.8 candidate. You know, it's just like you sit there, you bag it, and you don't breathe on it. But, you know, an 8.5, you can pull it out, you can look at it, you can open it up and smell it, and it still looks like a nice, fresh, new copy. You know, so I try to make sure that whatever I buy is in that little happy, you know, 8.0 to, of course, you know, 9.8. If it's 9.8, I'll go ahead and have it slabbed. But that's my collecting range right there. I like to try to get, you know, go for that 8 or up.
Yeah, for
Bronze Age, so good.
for Bronze Age, I love 8.0, dude. It's like my sweet spot.
We have another special guest, first time on the Simply Incredible podcast. Been on the channel before. There we go. The legend, Sean Puff Comics. What is going on?
What's going on, guys? So, hi, Leia, man. Great game. You know.
Oh yeah.
It's unfortunate that you had to catch up throughout the game, but y'all still made it a tough battle. So
great season, bro. I'm happy. I'm proud of those guys.
Yeah, man.
I'm proud of my team.
So what's up, guys? I figure I'd make a quick jump on here and hang out with you before I jump on the Comic Call Crew show. So
you had a good show today. I tuned in for a little while when I could, but you had a good show going today.
Yeah. It was great.
If you haven't checked out the Comic Hall Crew, oh my gosh, it's way too much fun. I love watching those guys, especially the first thing. What's the name of that first thing?
You know what it is. These don't play.
I know usually because it's cool to premiere.
You must be out your damn mind, man. eBay and their ridiculous prices, man.
You must be. Oh, damn it.
It
is a great segment.
Yeah, we have with that. See all the stupid people charging all these crazy prices, and people watch it just to see who's stupid enough to pay for that.
Yeah.
I think it's the mob, and I think it's money laundering.
You know what? That's not out of the realm of possibility.
Look, we need to quit talking about this right now. Ixnay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Puff, you going to D-Land tomorrow?
1 or 2, but I'm not gonna go.
Yeah, we had a good time last year, huh?
Last year I didn't attend the land.
Wasn't it last year when we went with?
We went to Brick City. That was Brick City.
We went to Brick City. I thought it was the land.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay.
Yeah, the land was early in the year, so. And I wanted to go because it's like the same location as Daytona Beach Comic Con. So I was like, it's only $5, man. I was like, shit, you can't beat a con that's $5 and it's nothing but comics.
I wish I could make it, man.
Yeah.
If it was a Saturday, I might have, but since it's Sunday, it's a little tougher.
Yeah, Saturdays is like perfect for me. Sundays, I work that Sunday night, and I don't want to go to a con, have fun, and then have to prepare for work.
Yeah. No, dude, who am I kidding? If the Raiders were playing, I would not have gone. Anyway, so it don't matter. I wouldn't have made it.
Yeah.
Gosh. Hey, Sean, did you pick up anything this week?
Yeah, but before I just want to introduce myself to the man up here. You know, it's the first time I'm with him. Puff Comics 83. I go same on Instagram. I do live streams every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, and we just get together and have fun, you know, and D knows that, you know, we always have a blast whenever he comes on and just randomly talk about different things. And today we talked a lot about Boba Fett, which I see on your docket. So
how long was the show today?
Right on.
Huh?
How long was the show?
Slightly under 2 hours. It was an
Nice.
hour and 58 minutes.
I'm proud of you, bro. You're sticking to your guns. Very proud of you.
I got to, man. No more of those 4 or 5 hour streams.
Come on.
No more of those 4 or 5 hours.
It's hard,
streams,
man. You get on a roll and you don't know how to stop. I know how that goes.
Yeah, especially when more people pop in. Big Will came in the last 15 minutes.
We kind of did that last week with D. D wanted to end the show after like 15 minutes, dude, and we went for 2 hours.
That's not true. I tried after about an hour and 15 minutes.
Hey,
and they just start going, and it lasts another 45.
When you're in the heat of conversation, it's hard to end the show.
We're talking comics.
See, my thing is, if it's like a good flow, let it go. But
but you know what got us last week was the talk of the Mandalorian.
Yeah, they got us. And I think we're going to go right down to the Boba Fett now, aren't we?
Yeah.
we're just trying to fight it, but Boba Fett's like sucking us in.
All right, look, okay, if we're going to go down this road, fine. After watching, okay, is everybody caught up? I'm caught up. 3rd episode down, ready for next week. And Daryl, I may owe you a slight apology for what I said last week, man, because although I'm enjoying it, I had some cringy facepalm moments in episode 3.
Yes.
Same thing.
Dude, you nailed it. Cringeworthy, right?
Yep.
Cringeworthy. There's no other word. It's cringe.
I don't know what those scooters are. Those like Tatooine is such a sandy brown place, and here's like these like cyberpunks running around on like super bright colored wannabe scooters, and it's like all the scenes they thought it's like, okay, we're gonna do this high speed chase. It felt like the background was going super slow. I was like, how fast are these guys really going right now?
Dude, it was horrible, dude. Horrible.
Yeah, I was having a hard time after that.
That to me ruined episode 3. I was like, episode 3 was going along fine, and then that scene happened. And I'm like, the fuck is this weak ass chase? But episode 2 with the train chase was way better.
Yeah, I will tell you, episode 1 I did not like. Episode 2, I'm like, you got me now. Yeah, I am into this. Episode 3, I'm like, you're kicking me back out, man. You're kicking me out.
I'm still trying to wonder how the hell that Wookiee snuck in there. Where the hell's the security?
But you gotta admit, that is a badass looking Wookiee.
Yeah,
I'm down with the Wookiee.
You gotta wonder how he got in, but tell me, when he was coming out of that tank, and all of a sudden it's how do you say his name? Karatin, or what do you say the Wookiee's name? What's his name?
Kraston? I don't know. Something along those lines. That's probably
when it jumps into that fight, it's like, oh shit, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, it surprised the hell out of you.
Yeah, excellent. It was. Don't think about how he got there. Just enjoy it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I get that a lot.
I
get that a lot when I watch that.
8 foot tall Wookiee just easily got past your security and just start attacking you. You're like, where the fuck is my guy? Didn't they come like 5 minutes after he got his ass whooped?
Don't worry though, the cyberpunks saved the day. I mean,
yeah.
Did they even need to add cyberpunk elements in this?
It's not just cyberpunk though, dude. It's almost like they're adding another child moment with the baby
Rancor.
Rancor, yeah, with the baby Rancor. Now they're kind of that's like the baby Yoda kind of character in this season.
Yeah, you know what? But this one looks more adorable to me than baby Scrota. I mean Yoda.
It does, but it's almost like a formula that they're following.
I'm not a huge fan in terms of by the way, spoiler alert for anybody that hasn't seen episode 3. Maybe we should have done a disclaimer.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the whole, it develops a bond. The last time we saw a Rancor, it had just chewed one of the Gamorrean guards in half, and you saw it swallow his hand. These are not nice, cute creatures.
No.
And now they developed this bond with the first human it sees. And, of course it has to be Boba that sees it because, even though somebody is trying to kill him every single episode, everything's got to go his way. Yeah. Boba Fett apparently has the luck of the gods with everything he does, because it's like all of these assassination attempts, either he's surrounded by stormtrooper level ineptitude, or it's like he's just super lucky with everything because now he's got a pet Rancor. Yeah. He inherits 2 Gamorrean guards. He gets like all of these cool little Easter eggs that people like me eat up from the past, and like, oh, that explains that. And it almost feels like I really hope that they get along with it, because I think every episode of somebody's trying to kill me, I wonder who it is. That seems to be the level of the sense of urgency he has to figure out who this is trying to kill him. And
we mentioned earlier on my show about how while the future parts of the show takes place after Mandalorian, he seems weaker in this show than he was in the episodes he was in Mandalorian. He was a badass in that show, and then here it's like, man, he struggled in the first episode. When the assassins attacked him and stuff, and took his helmet off and stuff like that.
I didn't like that scene either.
Yeah, it's like he wasn't even prepared, and I'm like, bro, you Boba Fett, you're the world's greatest bounty hunter, and you're coming off looking weak against these assassins.
He's coming off as a punk, basically.
A cyberpunk.
He's being a punk, dude. And then then those guys show up, and it's like, really, who's gonna be intimidated by those guys, bro? It's like, come on, you're riding Vespas. It's like, get out of here, dude.
Let me ask you this: do you think the Gamorrean guards look a lot different now than they used to? It's like they've been kind of shaved down a little bit, and it looks like some. You've seen those things where somebody's walking around with a horse head on, those fake horse heads. It looks like they got a fake like head on them. They just don't look.
I love the squealing though. I love when they.
Return of the Jedi gave us like pork rinds. You know, they were walking pork rinds, is what they were. They carried axes.
Yeah.
And these look like, I don't know, like maybe begging strips like you give puppies or something, you know. They're like buff pro wrestlers with pig heads. You know, I don't know. It's like I get the look has to change, you know, and I guarantee you Lucas would have done things differently back then if he had a chance.
Of course.
They have to move around.
They do look badass. I will say that, you know, even though they are a little skinnier and a little more buff.
I think
they definitely look like somebody I wouldn't want to fight.
Yeah, definitely, right?
They kind of remind me of like the world's strongest men guys.
They're what?
The world's strongest men guys, because you know they always have that big kind of belly, but they're just strong as crap. They kind of remind me of that.
They're Tank Abbott. They're Tank Abbott from the UFC, bro.
That's legitimate. That is very legitimate.
They're Tank Abbott.
But let's not forget the best little surprise for me in the entire episode, though. Give it up for my man Danny Trejo.
Yes,
for showing up.
I said on my show earlier, like, I hope they don't bring him in just to be the trainer to the Rancor and not at least let him be a badass, you know, like we know he could be. You know, I want to see him throw down. Like, replace those biker cyberpunk guys and have him be on your squad. Like, that right there would be superior.
Honestly, when Boba Fett walked away from the Rancor and the way Danny Trejo's like, he'll be back, I'm like, are you just setting this up for the Rancor to try to eat Boba Fett and for the Hutts? You know, I'm just like, no, don't make it that obvious for me.
Yeah, that was kind of corny.
But I do think they're gonna try and show us Boba Fett riding the Rancor and just causing massive damage. You know, that's what it almost seems like they setting it up. You know, with this bonding relationship, and they say, you know, I want to learn how to ride them. Like, we're definitely going to see that in probably the last 2 episodes of him riding that Rancor and just wrecking shit.
Hold on, I just got this mental image of a Rancor riding going on.
That's what they're setting up. So,
hey, Fish Tropic, what is going on, my man?
Give me 1 second.
So do you, not to interrupt, but you did ask if I had some books to show.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go ahead and show them since, you know, I'll be going.
Let's see if we can do that. Hey, we'll move you over here. There we go.
So I got Superman, Son of Kal-El, number 6.
The new books.
That's a pretty sweet cover, man.
That is a good cover.
Yeah. Probably my last issue of Vampirverse. This is number 5. Sweet cover, but the story ain't been too interesting. But I'll read the last issue in this one. I got a new number 1 from Image called Rain Z. This is a Joe Hill book.
I need to look into that because I'm hearing good things.
Can't wait to read that. Still enjoying The Good Asian. This is number 8.
Nice. Gosh, I can't believe it's already up to 8 issues. It just seemed like it just started.
Of course, I got to get my Savage Dragon fixing with 261.
I like that old Marvel style cover.
Yep.
Nice.
Nocterra Blacktop Bill Special. So,
I've got to get into Nocterra. I hear great things about that too.
Elvira meets Vincent Price.
Nice.
That is a crossover I would love to have seen 30 years ago.
Yes.
40 years ago.
I had seen that out today. That would have been added to my collection. That thanks for pointing that out because now I've got something to look for.
Oh yeah. 4 issues in. So this is Nita Hayes' Nightmare blog. First 2 issues was pretty enjoyable. Nice
I
horror
haven't heard that.
comics. It's written by Rodney Barnes, so it's almost like a spinoff to Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
2 Moons. Still enjoying this great title. My shop hooked me up with some old Purgatory from Devil's Due Publishing.
That is sweet.
And then issue number 2 in the back.
Hello. Nice.
And then I got the mail call this week. Got some Stranger Comics, Niobe and Dura.
Oh, that's a nice cover.
Oh, what's my man's name that runs Stranger Comics?
Sebastian Jones.
Sebastian, yeah. When I watched that show that he was on your show, I went and I bought a bunch of stuff.
And then I got the David Mack set.
Nice.
Those are great looking.
David Mack's a badass.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I'm kind of glad that I work when he goes live because that man knows how to sell books. Yep. If you watch his Thursday lives on IG, you're guaranteed Stranger Comics.
I've never seen it.
If you watch his Thursday lives, you're guaranteed to pick something up because he sells you on the books and he sells nice discounted prices. And you see covers like these and you get that discounted price. I'm like, damn it, force me to pull out my wallet and pay for it, man. I don't want to, but I can't resist.
Yeah. So, one thing that he does really well is not only sells the book, he sells the story of how it came about. And it just makes it so relatable. It's really, really good.
Yep.
That's it
for me, man. Yep.
Nice. Oh, those David Mack covers are great. So, Boba Fett, any ideas where you think it might go from here?
Well, the ending of the last episode showed the Pike gang arriving, so that's setting them up as like the villains for the next couple episodes. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Like the way it ended, like shit just picked up, and now they gotta prepare for war with these guys. But there's also going to be some other elements because I don't think the Hunts are completely out of this. Like they say they don't want to be a part of this war because it's bad for business, but ain't no way we're gonna not see the Hunts, come back and involve.
I mean, that's exactly why I think they gave them the Rancor, and they're gonna have to bring a way to bring them back and everything. They want power at the place where Jabba used to be. So,
how many episodes? How many episodes is this supposed to be?
7.
Okay. So I didn't know that.
I'm interested to see where they go. I think this series is starting to kind of fall with me in the Solo category of how much about Han Solo. The movie might be great. I haven't seen Solo, mainly because it's like, how much about Han Solo's past do I personally want to know? I like the mystery, and this here, when we had Jeremy Bullock, Boba Fett, and his all of 6 seconds of screen time in Empire Strikes Back, and when we saw him, getting burped in to the Sarlacc, Boba Fett was this badass character that we wanted to know more about, but we let our minds kind of tell that story.
Yep.
And now we're having a story told for us. I'm not sure it's ever going to match what I developed in my mind for Boba Fett.
Excellent.
It's kind of like Wolverine's origin. It's like, do we really need all of this stuff laid out, or do we need Wolverine to be this mystery man, that he was? And that's just kind of how I'm feeling. So as much as I like watching the Boba Fett story unfold, it's also kind of disappointing me personally. I think my personal affection for Boba Fett, it's kind of disappointing that because it's peeling those layers off of the onion. What type of person he is versus the type of person I thought he was, which was this no holds barred, money at all cost bounty hunter. That's why the bounty hunter, the whole genre in Star Wars is so freaking incredible to me. you know, and I don't know. I'm hoping my childhood can survive this ride. Let's put it that way.
Excellent. That's an excellent point, and I think you nailed it. You nailed it, dude. The mystery's gone, and nothing's gonna live up to what we built up on our own. You know, I'm with you, brother. That's an excellent point, dude.
Do you think it would have mattered if they had come out with this in the 80s? Right after you see him go down in the Sarlacc pit and stuff like that. You think if it had come out just after that, you think it would have made a difference for you?
I think, Daryl, you might be right. At least me personally, I can't speak for Puff or Halea there, but I think, with me, maybe, if it had been like immediate canon, I could have moved forward with it. But I've had years of just kind of creating my own Boba Fett saga in my mind.
Building the myth. You've been building
that's what I think about it.
One thing I will say that I never understood why people have a huge appeal for Boba Fett, considering the limited time we saw him in the original trilogy. And then I noticed that a lot of people always refer to the novels or the Dark Horse comics that expanded the character. And people who stuck by reading those books and comics, that's where they gained, the popularity of Boba Fett by reading those stuff, and they love Boba Fett for what they read in those, how they expanded the character. Because I didn't really fall into the hardcore reading of the expanded universe, I didn't really get the appeal of Boba Fett until I noticed that all the comics and the novels did a lot of explanation on making him this great character. And while we didn't get it in the movies, they did a great job in the expanded universe doing that, for the fans who was sticking with it. So if they would have done a Boba Fett movie in the 80s, it probably would have helped, give us more knowledge on the character, because we didn't get much of him at all in those original trilogies. And, I'll say bump one of the Ewoks movies and give us that Boba Fett, it probably would have expanded more of the movies, because that's the one thing I didn't understand about the original trilogy. You had this amazing trilogy, and then you kind of just did years of nothing with it. You did the Ewoks movies, and then there was just this huge gap of nothingness until the prequel trilogy. So they had the opportunity to do stuff in the 80s and 90s with it, but they just let it sit and do nothing.
Well, they treated it like a children's property, because you had a droids cartoon, you had an Ewok cartoon. There were the very limited, I think they were having a hard time. What do we have? Bendums. That was the toy that we had for a while in the late 80s was, and that had to wet your whistle for anything Star Wars related. It seems like when Kenner reopened the floodgates just before the re-release and episodes 1 through 3, when you started getting all these awesome Power of the Force, you're right. All you had was like Shadows of the Empire and stuff like that, which Shadows was incredible. But the Dark Horse comic series, and a lot of that stuff, you read it, and of course the Tim Zahn books that came out, and it almost felt like, maybe that's why we had so much disappointment in 1 through 3 and 7 through 9, is like the fans had literally taken over the growth of this universe for 10, 15 years.
Yep.
And it was said when Disney said, we're not going to cater to the EU in terms of storyline moving forward, that wrote a bunch of stuff out. And of course they backtracked a little bit, and we'll see where they go with that. But even now with some of my cringe with the Boba Fett series, or episode 3 in general, 1 and 2 I liked very much, but even then, I think Favreau is still the man for the job, and I really, really want to see where he takes it.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and jump out. It was great hanging with y'all for this brief time, and whenever there's not a Comic Call Crew show on, I'll definitely be down to jump on here, man.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, Sean, man. I appreciate
sharing
it.
the screen with you, man.
Everybody gets a chance, Saturday afternoons at 3 p.m. Eastern. That is the right time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I won't be live next Saturday, but the following Saturday.
Yeah.
You've been alternating,
Generally,
right?
if there's a convention somewhere, you're going to be out, but otherwise, it's generally going to be in.
What was
For
that,
sure.
Holly?
Wait, are you alternating Saturdays or is it every Saturday?
I'm alternating.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right, guys. Later.
All right, Sean. Thanks for hanging out, man.
No problem.
So, man, do you think it's cool to have the comics be canon to the movies and the TV series and everything? Have everything one gigantic universe?
I honestly, it's just like with the Marvel stuff. You know, if I had to choose one, I would take comics all day long.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's super cool that I get to see the stuff that I love on the screen, and I get to see it affect other people in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are some people that have never read a comic before in their life, and the fact that I can share some of what I feel in reading comics with them, you know, through them watching a movie is fantastic to me. But I don't need either to match up. I haven't really been the greatest fanboy in the world when it comes to watching, you know, the Marvel movies. I've watched everything but Hawkeye on the TV on the Netflix shows. But in terms of all of that stuff kind of being canon, I like it as explanation or, you know, kind of asides or things like that. You know, Star Wars, we never thought we were going to get, you know, 7, 8, and 9. We really never thought, you know, Lucas had said it's just not going to be done.
Yeah.
You know, and so we were just kind of, as purveyors of that product, we were kind of taking it as, hey, this is a way to keep everything alive that we love. And then somebody said, hey, look, money, big sacks of cash. Let's go with it.
I mean, for me, I've always just looked at Star Wars as just the 4 through 6. To me, that was my Star Wars. Mm-hmm. And then later you had all the comics coming. I put them in a separate stack. I just like, if it's not in the movies, to me, it's not part of the universe. And the time that I really noticed it was it episode 7 where they're like, C-3PO says, hey, you may not notice me, but my leg's different color. And I was like, wait, what? His leg was a different color? And I was like, well, how did that happen? People go, well, just read the book. I was like, if it's not part of the movie universe, to me, it's a different thing. That doesn't count. But clearly it does count.
I like to me, it's the comics. And I think it's two separate things.
Yeah.
I do like when the movies incorporate parts of the comics. But to me, it's like introducing that Wookiee. I think that was freaking great, right? You know, but keep them separate. What happens in the movie is something completely different. You could add some of the stuff from the comics, but change it around, dude. It's fine. To me, it's two separate things. Then,
there's like a group of people that will 100% disagree with that,
and that's fine. And that's fine.
It's like the Marvel comic series that came out during the 80s. That obviously it fed into the Star Wars fever. But what I loved about the comic series is it gave opportunities.
I'm back.
Oh, I'll be darned. Andy just showed up. But yeah, it gave opportunities to tell stories that the screen couldn't.
Right.
You know, and of course we got our comic adaptions, which kind of fit in. Like I say, Empire Strikes Back was part of the subset of the series anyway.
Yep.
You know, but you got to see, you know, cool stuff. And, you know, then there's that cool Simonson, you know, Ewoks with his foot on the Stormtrooper helmet thing going on. And you watch like the Ewok movies, and they're clumsy and awkward and just really goofy and everything that kids love. But in the comic books, the Ewoks got to be fierce little warriors, man. They were pack animals that could just, you know, then all of a sudden becomes more clear how they were able to defeat this garrison of stormtroopers. Mm-hmm. You know, we didn't really get to, that was almost comical to see on the screen, where the comic books were able to be like, yeah, man, these little bears can fight, you know.
They're little badasses. They're not.
How dare you talk about them without Ricky being here to defend them?
That's exactly what I was going to say, because I was saying I wish I had that picture where I've got Ricky on one side and the Ewok on the other when he makes that magnificent face.
Oh, I had one more book to show. Check this out. I don't know how I missed this, and I hate.
Hey, that's me. How you doing?
I hate homage covers.
Really?
But I did have to get this one, which and I may get the 1 in 100.
What was the
But
one
that
in
suckered
100?
me in today. But also, I got to give a little love to Stray Dogs.
Is that a Spider-Man 1 homage? Is that what that was?
Yeah, your favorite, Daryl.
I absolutely hate it all of a sudden because at first I was like, "That's kind of cool." Wait a minute, I know that cover.
The only reason I bought that was it was Batman. But here's a Stray Dogs Creep Show homage right there.
And that's cool.
Paige has that. She got it the other day.
The only Stray Dogs I have is the Silence of the Lambs cover.
Oh, I love that one.
He's sweet.
Is that a number one?
Yes, it's the number one. You've mentioned Stray Dogs twice, Dana. You're a fan of the run?
Absolutely.
The
Probably
first one was phenomenal.
In my opinion, and I'm a hard sell, admittedly a hard sell on new books.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a superhero guy. I love the feel of the Bronze Age and the Copper Age, and the stuff I grew up with, and it is really hard for me to look at new stuff not with that look that I've got goo eyes for what I like. And Stray Dogs, though, it checks all the boxes when it comes to you get these cool movie poster covers that go back to my childhood. There you got this great American animation art style that goes back to Bluth, and
All Dogs
I'm not a fan of anime or Japanese stylings. I love the crudeness of Hanna-Barbera, and the cool filmation stuff that I grew up with, and go all the way back to Merry Melodies and the Looney Tunes. That's a great American art style, and I think Bluth was the last person to really those studios were the last one to really do that justice. And this creative team on Stray Dogs, they just capture it, and then you add like just the genuine darkness of some of what's going on in that book.
What did you think?
It's very entertaining to me, and I highly recommend it.
I thought one of the most innovative art style, like for animation, was the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I mean, I was wondering, how do you think about that? Did you like that? I mean, I don't see how anybody couldn't.
Yeah,
that was a great movie.
But I'm just saying,
I enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was amazing.
To me,
kind of see any of that.
To me, Stray Dogs was the best book of last year, man. I thought
hands down.
I thought it was fabulous. It had me hooked on the first issue. I picked it up because I go, you know what? Let me give this a shot when it came out. And I can't wait to get the next issue. I can't wait to get the next issue. I want to see how this is going to get resolved. And they pulled off the ending. A lot of books don't pull off, like Millar. Millar never fucking pulls off. Sorry, Dean. Potty mouth.
It's only the third time.
Well, third time, okay. I caught myself finally. But they nailed the ending. And that's what I loved. And you've cared for the characters, and everybody was defined their personalities. It was, to me, it was the book of the year last year. It's one of the best things I've read. It was
okay. In one of the books, did you cry?
No.
I teared up on one particular instance.
I think
I'm not gonna lie.
That part was tough.
That one, I was like, no, don't do it.
But that made it even better, man. That made that book even better because they did that.
It did. It 100% did. But I was just like, man, it's all Old Yellow all over again.
Yes.
I'll tell you what. If a writer makes you feel some kind of way, they did their job and then some.
Exactly.
It's just 100%. Like the. Obviously, I'm not going to talk too much on this, and I haven't even seen the TV series, but I will go back to Why the Last Man, and there was one pivotal thing that happened in that, and that actually had me like almost choke up. When that certain event happened. I recommend Why the Last Man to anybody to read. By the way,
I do need to read those books. That's for sure.
If anybody like that, that's one of those books that even if you're a superhero guy, you owe it to yourself to at least try it.
Mm-hmm.
In that vein, I think, I don't know about you guys, but I'm dying to see where Saga goes. And I think it's just about to come back, and there's a time.
I need to read that too.
But Saga is fabulous, bro. And talking about a cliffhanger, an awe moment, that's how it ended. Like 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait for that to come back, man. It's that I'm almost scared, man, because I'm scared they might have lost some of the magic of that series. I'm a little apprehensive. It's for the
Well, hopefully they've had this like long stretch to like craft it. Like,
I would hope so, right?
Mhm.
Because it's such a good story. Man.
Sometimes
Andy, you might be
longer
right
the
on
way.
that, because I tell you, it's like if you look at Lost, like two of the greatest shows that really tailed off were Lost and Prison Break. And I think
I love
shows,
season 1
You
of
never-
Prison Break,
did you-
and season 2 was garbage.
I was gonna say, did you watch Game of Thrones?
Oh, well,
That's
Game of
not
Thrones I
tailing off.
accepted
That's
because,
just like getting cut off.
Okay,
by
I
the,
saw
like,
season 1 of Game of Thrones.
but you
you
want
never
I
finish
think
it.
the point I'm trying to make with Lost and Prison
lost
Break
away.
was they came out, they were wildly successful,
Yes.
and it's like the writers are just
stretch
like,
it out. Yeah.
oh crap, what do we do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You
I
know,
thought
so-
Heroes was
So
like that
maybe
too.
this gave Vaughn some time. I haven't read much of Saga, admittedly, but maybe the hiatus is what they needed, because maybe he got to a point in his writing where he's like, man, if I'm not careful, I'm going to force this in a direction I really don't want it to go.
It's
So
crazy.
maybe it gave him a little bit of time to kind of work on that direction a little bit.
Dude, I hope you're right, man. It's an excellent freaking read, dude. Amazing characters. Way out there. You would think
Yeah, I was gonna say weird characters, but they
Weird
still
characters
somehow
that
work in that universe.
and you don't think it's gonna work, and then it's like, oh shit, that shit. Like, dude, honest, the Prince Robot,
Yeah, the TV.
dude, that's an amazing character, man.
Yeah,
It truly is, and the
Not
direction,
the-
all the stuff it's gone, and like, oh, dude, that's an amazing character.
I said
There's
the
a few.
Spider Girl. Like I never.
wow.
Yeah, I can't think of her name. It's been a long time since I read it, but I'm just
it's
like,
been a
I didn't
while.
think his girlfriend, or I think it was his girlfriend.
It
Or like
was.
his
It was
ex or-
the Wills. It was the
Yeah.
Wills girlfriend. Oh my god, I can't really think of her name either.
But I was like, this is I didn't think it would work, but I
And
kind
it
of started
does,
liking
right?
the. Yeah, I was like, this is cool.
And it does work, bro. That's the thing that's crazy about that book. And there's so many characters like that it's like it's like, oh my god, and you fall in love with the characters. They all got distinct personalities, and he takes chances, man. He's out there. It's the book is not a safe book. There's some shit in. I remember turning the page one time and I'm like, wow, what is this that I'm looking at? It's like, I can't believe this isn't a book. So it's not the little fairy tale, very innocent book. There's a lot of dirty stuff in that book, man.
Dark and dirty, and
Yes.
it's got. I mean, it's like everything, comedy,
Yes.
drama.
Good storytelling. Good
everything, yeah.
storytelling.
Andy,
You like
how was the
space epics.
show?
It was good. So I just got back from Spartanburg Comic Con. Have you ever been to at least the shows on the East Coast? Sam Finley, Hey Kids Comics. He started this show last year. I couldn't make last year's because I told him I was going to do it, but then I had a bachelor party for my buddy, and we went to Vegas. So I was like, I'm sorry, I have to go do this. I'm not doing the show, bro.
You didn't want to have to go
yeah.
to Vegas, but I get it.
Yeah. But
Look, Sam is good people too.
Yeah.
He's a
But I
really
did-
cool dude.
I did a show this time. It was. He said that the last one had a lot more people, but it was summertime, so that's a given. But I mean, people who came, they enjoyed it, had a good turnout for what it was. It was in Spartanburg, so I mean that's the first time I've
Where is
done a show in there.
Where is Spartanburg?
So below Charlotte's in South Carolina, about an hour from
Okay.
about 45 minutes from Charlotte south.
Yeah, that would take me right around 4 hours or a little longer to get
Yeah,
there.
it's gonna take you a while.
It'll take me
Um,
8.
Where are you at, Highlight?
Right by Miami, Pembroke
Okay.
Pines, Fort Lauderdale.
So how long does it take you to get to Charleston?
8.
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah.
a good show is Captain's Comic Expo, but you'd have to drive 8 hours. But it's Charleston, so you make a
Hey,
weekend.
The one I really want to make one day, I don't know if it's going to be this year, but I'm dying to go to Heroes Con, man.
you better.
I'm
Yeah.
dying.
Have you ever been to a
hang out.
Heroes Con?
Never, man. I'm dying.
my.
I'm dying to
You
go.
got to go this year. It's 40th. He's supposed
It's
to
in mid-June, right? It's mid-June.
It's always Father's Day weekend.
Yeah.
So that's your excuse. You'd be like, "It's my gift."
Dude, I'm already MegaCon this year falls on. It starts on a Thursday, MegaCon, and my wife's birthday's the Friday, and my birthday's the Sunday, and I'm gonna be able to go there. I don't know if I could, finagle going to Heroes Con because I'm already missing my wife's birthday, so that tells you enough.
Wow.
So,
I can understand missing your own birthday, but not your wife.
yeah, dude, and I'm gonna be at the Con on my birthday, man. That's like a freaking 12-year-old dream, right?
That's true.
But and it's Sunday, so I can't wait. I don't know if I'll be able to do Heroes Con, so I'll probably shoot for Heroes Con next year, if anything. But it'll just be tough this year.
Yeah, Captains is when is it? It's February, beginning of February.
Oh, it's in 2 weeks and soon.
Maybe middle.
Okay.
I'll have to look it up. It's on my schedule, but it's Charleston, so you can maybe convince the wife it good food.
Yeah, I might be able to do that. Yeah, I want to go back. We loved it.
Yeah, but I mean, I picked up some stuff. Definitely some stuff for myself, but also I just picked up some stuff in trade and then things that I couldn't leave.
Were you selling at the show?
Yeah.
How was
so
it?
I'm in my garb.
Oh, you are? How far? As far as that, how was it? As far as a seller?
It was good.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, I sold an ASM 9 that I just picked up, and then what else? I'm trying to think of what people were buying. Both sold like always Spawn. Like
Really?
that's a big seller from Spawn always sells.
It's such garbage.
You came within an okay of selling an Ultimate Fallout 4.
Yep, I called Will, but I had one of Will's books. Let's see. I'm trying to think what. She-Hulk. I can't keep She-Hulk stocked. It always goes.
There's a bunch from She-Hulk that I'm trying to get to complete the runs on those.
I traded a lot of Star Wars. Somebody wanted some, like the Dark Horse Star Wars, another dealer. So I was like, sure.
And what did you get? What did you trade for it?
Here's some of the stuff I traded for. I'll show you.
Let me show you something.
I can't remember exactly what. Some of it I traded for the Star Wars.
Were you there working it by yourself, or you had someone with you?
Yeah, I was by myself. But then there's some people that come that know me, and then they'll come and help.
Hi, Leah. This is just for you. There you go. Go Bengals.
Bro, I wish Gretzky was on this show so I could take him off this show.
So Daryl, I gave Daryl one of this because it was so beat up. But this one I had to pick up just because it's so nice. But that
nice.
That's just rubbing it right in.
I know.
What do you think? What grade do you give that book?
I'd have to pull it out, but you can see what the dealer had on it.
Actually, I cannot.
You see that?
Yeah.
It looks like.
It's looking like probably like 6-ish. The fine range.
Yeah.
Nice.
Little with a nice copy.
For a silver age, that's perfect, bro.
I mean, mine, a press and a cleaning, I got a 9.8.
Oh, definitely.
These are always
doesn't matter if things are attached or not.
I just can't leave these on other people's walls if they're there. But I traded these.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's the first run. Oh, that's what 2019.
19 and
my God. Dude.
The 21's like
that 21 is fire, bro.
Yeah, that one's.
That was one of the first books I ever got as a kid.
That is awesome.
I mean, it's just crazy,
yeah.
And because I always I've told Will before. I'm like, Captain America punching Hitler. Well, here's Black Panther uppercutting a Klansman. I was like, it's classic. It's just going to be for bronze,
Yeah, definitely.
What issue number is that one?
Which one? The 19 is
where he's punching the Klansman. 19.
19. I think 19 is where it
starts.
One of them is you get the Strangler, like it's like basically the Klan villain, or it's like he rides a horse.
Dude, that 21 is.
But the 21 is just, it's the one that every time I can't leave it when I see it. I'm like, oh, you just give me that.
You had a 9.8 of one of those, didn't you?
Yeah, the Strangler. I was actually on Comic Tom's list one time for top sales, or I was like, yeah, that was me. But then I had to pick up this for me because I don't have a nice copy anymore.
Oh,
very nice.
The Demon one, and it's pretty. There's just a little corner stuff, but I mean, this book is hard in high grade. I don't know what it is.
Black cover?
No, it's like the blue. I think it was just they printed really crappy or something. But yeah, that's the Demon ones. And then I already told Will about this one.
I love it.
Oh,
absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, if you want to take some Star Wars, you can. I was like, I want that Thor book. And then I got these. This is stuff. This is just other stuff I picked up. I picked up some America Chavez. That because it's just low printed. I don't hear you guys. Hi, Leia. You might be muted.
Yeah, did you bring home more than what you took to the show?
No, it feels like that sometimes. I'm just like,
It's like I've got a few of those America Chavez #1s.
Yeah, well,
I never think twice about it.
Well, this one is apparently.
Well, that one I don't.
This one's the hard one to find because it's low print. Like it's the last issue.
Dude, I have 0 of those books. Man.
Yeah.
You gotta get them.
I never got on the America Chavez train.
It's on a hot list somewhere. So if you don't get it, then you're a loser.
I mean, she's gonna be in this Doctor Strange.
Yeah. Just never jumped on. I think it's on. I'll just wait until after the movie.
This one is. I have to buy.
That is awesome. I love it.
If you haven't, Holly, I know you don't read a lot of DC.
No.
Just start right here.
It's good.
And read and continue on because it is excellent. I've been reading Nightwing since I was a kid. He's my favorite character.
Nice.
And it's always been like, it's okay. Even though I'm the biggest fan, it's always been like mediocre.
Yeah.
It's just fire from this book on.
What number is it on?
This right now it's on, what is it, 87? 80,
oh, okay. Wow. So it's been going for a good while.
It's on 80.
I mean, it's just a rebirth. I think it came
88.
Back.
I think it's on 88.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, just start here. And it's it's the best book of the year. And I mean, even though I'm a homer, but like,
well, we have now had 2 best books of the year.
No, what was it? Yeah, that was last year.
Yeah,
this is better than Stray Dogs.
we've nominated Stray Dogs.
And being a kid from the '90s, I couldn't leave Street
Oh my
Sharks.
God!
Wow,
dude, I couldn't leave Street Sharks.
How cool is that?
That is awesome.
That's Vin Diesel classic right there. Remember the commercial?
Yep.
All right, and then here's for myself. I got these. I'll start with this Captain Marvel, just because.
Oh wow.
Old school Captain Marvel.
But it's so black. I probably can't tell in the.
No, you can see it.
But usually, you get Golden Age books and they're just beat. But the blacks were so nice, and it had this luscious green rocket and a robot cover. So it's space, robot, and superhero. I was like, yeah, I can't leave that.
That is great.
Congrats.
And that's Captain Marvel Adventures 81. And Will got me on Bullet Man because he bought a Bullet Man book, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then you it basically sold or traded it, gave it to me pretty much. So now I'm like hooked on Bullet Man's okay, but I told him I'm starting to fall in love with Bullet Girl. But this is it's a wartime Bullet Man, December 6th. But it was one I couldn't turn down.
That is an amazing cover.
Yeah.
I have never heard of either one of these characters, but that is a great cover.
Like, he wears the
It's like
literal tip of a bullet on his head. It's freaking great.
He builds his helmet. He's like so the helmet, like, he makes it for him and his girlfriend first, but then she becomes his wife. And it basically makes him, like, invulnerable.
I had a 12-inch G.I. Joe bullet man or something when I was a kid, and he had the silver helmet, and he was in red. So I might have had that as a toy, and it was a G.I. Joe figure.
1942.
Figures. A lot of people don't know about those.
Yeah, the 12-inch, right?
Yeah, with like the fuzz heads.
Yes.
Here it is out.
He had the fuzzy beard.
I think he had some ads in comics too.
That's freaking awesome.
That is.
And you said 1942?
Yeah, July. So war was going on.
Wow.
July.
That is
years
great.
ago.
Dude, that came out like 7 months after Pearl Harbor. Wow.
That's amazing.
And then you gotta smell it.
Wow.
But the pages are still like.
Dude, that's always shocking to me that books that age have survived.
And they look good too. Like,
it's crazy. It's mind-boggling, dude.
Yeah, it still blows my mind that people, when I smell a comic book, they give me a dirty look. Why are you doing that? And I'm just like, you don't understand if you give me that look.
Yeah, we think the same thing about guys with foot fetishes.
Yeah.
They think the same thing about us with the comics. It's like, really? You want to smell some toe jam?
Well, one of my friends posted it was like a list of like, it was a tournament of like smells, famous smells. I was like, where is old comic books? I was like, I don't see it on here.
I said a long time ago, there needs to be an old comic book smell cologne. You set up at a Comic-Con, that stuff is sold out.
Yeah,
dude, sold out.
We're all just gonna go flock towards it. But yeah, that's what I picked up.
Well, I think you hit a couple home runs there.
No doubt about it.
Yeah. All right.
Gosh. Very cool. Very, very cool. You guys want to talk about Peacemaker?
Haven't seen it, want to see it, but I have to subscribe to watch it. And I don't know if our weather, we're fixing to have a snowmageddon up here that they've been broadcasting since.
What's it like in Roanoke?
Right now, it's nothing going on, but
I'm saying, like, what's it? What are they calling?
Oh, they're calling. I've heard anywhere from 8 to 13 to 2 feet.
I've heard here in Lynchburg 4 inches to 24 inches.
When is that hitting though? Tonight?
Tonight.
It's gonna start. I think it's gonna start early in the morning, isn't it?
No, well, mine was. I think here it said it was supposed to start like midnight or something.
Dude, that is like freaking Mars weather to me. I've never seen snow, so you could only imagine, dude. I've seen little flakes coming down that by the time they hit the grass, it's gone.
Like, what is that? Ash coming?
Yeah, that's basically the most I've seen, bro. And and that was amazing. I can't imagine what you guys are about to get, dude. That's like.
Well, I'll tell you,
Mars,
we're due. We haven't had a major event. Last week was pretty rough up in the northern part of the state.
Yeah.
Fredericksburg got just absolutely pounded. I work for a restaurant distribution company, and we definitely found last week to be a very challenging week in terms of logistics. But this week, we're just kind of hunkering down, and we're just planning on delays now. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's like a hurricane coming to us, but that's the closest.
Could be.
That's the closest thing.
That hits us too. I mean, what's this?
Yeah, you guys get that too.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
Back when I lived it.
And it takes that corner.
Back when I lived
when I was a kid, I remember those huge snowstorms. I remember we had like a 2.5 feet one time when I was a kid, and somewhere in the early 80s. And
I remember that.
As kids, this is absolutely great. Looking forward to it. As an adult, it's like,
I'm just
no.
Yeah.
The perspective kind of shifts big time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as a kid, I was like going around shoveling people's stuff, man. I was making some money. Now I'm just like, I don't even want to shovel my own stuff.
Anything that might shut stuff down and give me a chance to curl up with a comic book, I consider it pretty welcome right now.
There you go. that's a legitimate point.
And tomorrow, more champions, more playoff games, dude. It's you guys are
if the power is not on, if the power goes out.
That's true.
Andy wouldn't know anything about playoffs right now because of Carolina. So I mean,
I'm just glad it's over. That's all I gotta say. The season's over. No more pain.
Man, your season started with so much promise. An underachieving quarterback that might turn the corner.
Oh yeah, everybody was after the 3-0 start. I mean, they were like pinning us into the Super Bowl.
He had like 5 rushing touchdowns in those first games. Yeah. First 3 games.
Yeah, I had McCaffrey on my fantasy team, and when he went down, I was like, my season's over. But unfortunately,
God, I'm out of here, guys. I'll see you later.
All of my running backs died this year. I mean, it was, but I made it to
he died this year.
I mean, like, I had Henry. He was my first pick, and then my second running back didn't even make it to the season. I had that rookie for can't think of his name.
From Clemson, ATN.
Oh, ATN.
And then I had somebody else. They got injured. I mean, but you know who saved my running back season? John Connor.
God. That was
the freaking TD machine.
Connor?
He kept me alive.
The Terminator killer.
And he probably took him super late in the draft, right?
Mm-hmm. I think I got him after.
I'm ready to make Terminator references.
Somebody dropped him. I just picked him up because all my running backs were starting to fall apart.
I mean, for me, what turned my season around, because throughout the year I lost my top 3 picks, and so Burrows, he turned my team around.
I had Burrows and dropped him.
The tight end for
he was my backup.
Wow. The tight end for whatchamacallit up here, the Ravens, Andrews, and
Kupp killed it.
And Cooper Kupp.
Yeah. Cooper Kupp, man.
I mean, those 3 right there basically gave me a title at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I earned it.
Gave a lot of people
a great coach. Titles. A great coach can lead a team to victory.
Definitely, it was your coaching.
Yeah, fantasy. It's called luck.
Yeah.
Those who call it luck are also losers.
Because I'll go and I'll listen to this analyst like an idiot. I'll listen to him and switch my lineup around, and then I lose. Like I'm just like, why do I do it?
Don't listen to the people on ESPN. Yep. They don't know what the hell they're talking about.
I had to stop listening to them because every time they're like, "This is a must start." And I'm like, okay.
They put those rankings out, and quite often I would look
every
at them,
time.
but nope.
I think they do it just to piss you off.
It's success. Anyway, Peacemaker. John Cena running around in his underwear, which is actually he's a professional wrestler, and he wore more clothes wrestling, which is shocking.
This is true.
So
he did wear jorts.
Yeah, he's wear jorts there. Yeah, now he's just running around in his underwear. I don't know. But that's all we're going to talk about since Billy hasn't seen it yet. So.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. I'm sorry about that.
It's one of the greatest. No, I don't know.
I think I'm going to try to watch Eternals tomorrow, though. That is a movie
I need to watch it, but
it's been panned enough by people that don't know what's going on. I think I owe it to myself to watch it and decide for myself.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I don't think it was the greatest, but I don't think it's deserving of the panning people are.
Yeah, people were beating it down today at the show.
Yeah. I don't think it was that bad. I enjoyed it.
I was like, I have no dog in this fight. I have not seen it, so
yeah.
But everyone kept saying, "Oh, well, it's the worst movie." I was like,
I think my disconnect with the movie is I'm not going into it, even though it is Kirby Creations. I'm not going into it with a genuine appreciation for the characters.
Mm-hmm.
I think ultimately, that's going to be the determination. If you make me care about these characters, then I'll consider the movie a success.
It has to surprise you. You can't go and they can't be like bland characters. So I don't know. I didn't watch this movie, but if you have to go in with kind of like a Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, I grew up reading the old Guardians of the Galaxy, and the only person in there was Yondu. From the original, the ones that I read in the 90s. And so I was like, I kind of knew some Guardians of the Galaxy, but when I watched it, I mean, it's like, this is amazing. Like, I like all these characters, So
it's kind of like Logan with X-23. I could have used copies of anything X-23 is Charmin. That's how little I cared about that character. And then I watched Logan, and I was like, "Holy crap! I kind of want to learn more about Laura Kinney now." And it made me care about her.
That's how I felt about Lock and Key. I knew nothing about it, and after watching season 1, I was like, "This show is amazing. I need to go read the books."
I really enjoyed Lock and Key.
Never read that.
I haven't read it yet, but I mean, just when I watched it, I was like, "This is amazing."
Yeah,
I have not watched season 2 yet because I feel like I hope it doesn't ruin what I watched in season 1, and that scares me.
Season 2 is a little sluggish in the start.
Mm-hmm.
Give it about 2 episodes, and then after that, I think you'll be very pleased with where season 2 goes.
I felt like I needed to go back and rewatch season 1 when I started season 2, because I was like, I'm kind of forgetting like these characters, and because it had been a while. It'd been like 2 years. I felt like 2 years.
Gosh, it's been a long time, yeah.
Yeah. So, I loved the first season, but I was like, I don't remember how it ended. I was like, what?
That's exactly how I am.
That might be a good idea. Catch the last 2 episodes.
Yeah, why don't you go back and rewatch it? Like maybe the last. Hell, just rewatch the season and then watch season 2. Because that's probably what I'm going to do. I watched the first 2 seasons.
Yes, I can.
Or the first 2 episodes in season 2, and I was like, I need to just go back and restart because I'm like he said, it's kind of slow, and I was kind of like, I'm losing the characters because I don't remember some of it. Yeah, that was the one, I guess, fault of I should have just gone back and rewatched the first season.
See, I really like going into things like these comic book movies or movies based on books with as little knowledge about the books as possible. And why The Last Man? I love the series, and I hear from Billy that it sucked because it was not the books.
They made Yorick such an unlikable person on the show.
Let's be honest, he was a D-bag. Like I was watching this, and I was like, "This isn't." I mean, because I've read some of the books. Like, I think I've read the first 2 storylines of Why the Last Man, and Yorick's pretty cool. Like you like him, and the guy on the show could not be more hateable. Like this guy's like a punchable person. Like why would anyone follow this character? I mean, I'm hoping like the arc like shows his growth, but you have to even follow. You have to like the character enough to keep watching the show.
Well, apparently nobody liked it because they will not be doing a season 2. They've just
I like the characters that were with him better. I was just like, dude, they're doing everything they can to protect you. Why are you making this so difficult? It
was embarrassingly bad. I was watching it. It's just like,
I don't know. I enjoyed season 1. That's one of the few things that I was watching. I'm like, I'm gonna sit around for one more episode. After that, okay, one more. It was one of those. And then Billy was like, yeah, they canceled it. And I'm like, no. Let me see the ending to this. And I'll go to the books.
Yeah, like a lot of people, I'm not one of those the book is better guys. Just because, again, your mind, nothing on the screen can compete with the imagery of the mind. Yeah. Nothing.
Definitely.
Well, I always feel like it's a different medium, so you can't compare it. Yeah, that's just me. Yeah. It's like this is a television show, this is a book, or a comic or whatever.
I would say though, I feel like that would translate better than a novel to a movie. And the reason is because I feel like a comic book is almost like the storyboarding of a TV show or a movie. So I feel like it should translate better, but it rarely does.
But see,
unless you pull like a Sin City where you just basically.
Dude, that's exactly where my mind just went, bro. Sin City was
mind blowing.
Straight out of the comics, bro.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that in the theater, and it was like, I was probably like the only person in the theater. I was just looking around going, this flipping awesome because it's like I read it as I had the trades or whatever. Paige actually got them all. It was the ones like you line them up. It shows Nancy dancing or whatever.
Right.
But I went into the theater thinking like I didn't know what to expect, and like it started, and I was just like, "This is the coolest thing ever."
Dude, first time I ever went to New York, we took my parents. It was my brother, and my parents, right? And we were taking my dad to go see a Yankee game at Yankee Stadium, and my brother. And my brother gave that to me, and I read it on the plane to New York. And then it was the weekend that it came out, and we saw it in this beautiful theater in Manhattan. And I was mind blown, dude.
Yeah.
It was like, this is freaking incredible. You mentioned it, dude, and I was already there when you mentioned Sin City, dude.
Screw it. I'm not watching Eternals tomorrow. I'm going to rewatch Sin City.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I
can't believe these comments we're getting tonight. Yankees suck. I can't believe someone would say that.
I know, dude. What? God bless. But I don't think you're gonna. Eternals isn't a bad movie in my opinion. I don't know if you're gonna find that love affair like with Guardians. But you're not gonna. In my opinion, I didn't fall in love with the characters, but it wasn't a bad movie.
Yeah.
But you didn't have
it's
that.
Just one
Guardians
of those,
was special. Guardians
like
was
a filler movie. Yeah.
Yes. Guardians was a special. It was special. I don't think they captured it in Eternals.
I mean, I wanted to see the Jon Snow basically. I want to see
the Black Knight. Absolutely,
the Black Knight. Yeah,
yeah.
But I've heard I think the ending's for a long time you see him. But I don't know.
Maybe the next movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we got two options here. We can stop it now, or we can go into a topic that may last a good half an hour.
Ooh, I don't know if I got that kind of time, man. What's the topic? Maybe we tease for the next show. What's the topic?
The topic is because we just went through a bunch of different movies and TV series. Is the market too saturated now with so many movies and TV series? Because I feel like this is one of those topics that could go a little while.
Let's do it next week. Let's say that
next week. Okay,
we're going to be on next week. Good.
Because that's one of the things I was thinking too. Because I'm thinking that I feel like that could last a while. Let's see anything else real quick. Did any of you guys see the new Matrix?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, I did, but it's.
I
talked to someone today at the show about
garbage. Is it worse than 3?
To me, it's by far the worst. By far. You got Animatrix that I'm like, it's worse than anything on that.
Dude, it was hard. It was like in a freaking other language, dude. It was that bad.
I'm torn
on
watching it. I've heard some people whose opinions I greatly respect say it is fantastic. Wow. And I don't think there's a middle ground on this. We're going to be one of those things where you either hate it or you love it because you see something that the people don't hate it, that the people who hate it don't see.
Yep.
I don't think there's like
there's a lot of that
casual
going on.
It's going to be like, this is cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that going on these days, right? People seeing the same thing and seeing totally opposite things.
Remember how Last Jedi? Was that the one that was so god awful? And you like walked out of the theater being like, why did my childhood get ruined? That's kind of how this Matrix was. Yeah, I was just like, I was like, I'm broken. I'm done. I'm not getting hyped. I'm not getting hyped on any movie anymore.
For me, it was episode 1.
So damn tired of it.
Episode 1 come out. I was like, why did you do this?
You would think I got broken after the Crystal Skull, but no. They keep just
look, Crystal Skull, man, that was a kick in the nuts.
Oh,
that
every
was
time.
brutal. I do not count that as being a movie in the Indiana Jones. I do not.
Then the Last Jedi. There was another one that's like you just walk out of the theater and you just want to vomit. You're just like, what? Like, what are they doing?
I never watched the Crystal Skull. I never watched it.
Don't watch the Crystal Skull.
You have time that I will never get back.
I never. Well, that's how I feel about the new Matrix. Actually, I said that to my daughter. I was like, "This is so monumentally bad."
The only thing I liked about it was Neil Patrick Harris. Everything else, I was like, "This is garbage."
Dude, it was. What's the word of the week this week?
Still garbage. I don't know.
No, cringe.
Cringe word. Yeah.
Cringe worthy.
It was so cringe that I fell asleep
Yeah.
twice. I fell asleep once. I tried to rewatch it. I fell asleep again. I was like, okay,
Oh my god, you want to rewatch it?
I tried.
I love my Indiana
the
Jones so much. I bought the entire Marvel series. So I mean, that shows my dedication to characters and stuff. And Matrix, Andy might have just settled my mind on even watching this. It's like Matrix 1 is so good. I didn't let 2 and 3 bother me.
Yeah,
I can't have something destroy Matrix 1.
Dude, they could have just stopped after Matrix 1, and it would have been.
Yeah.
Bro.
I went back and watched all 3 of them before I went into 4.
Wow.
I still like all 3 of them. I mean, to me, they do generally go slightly downhill on each one.
There's still I was talking today to somebody at the show. I was like, at least 2 and 3, they're bad. They still have, I guess, kind of world building points. Like, like there's still characters that they're moment. That's what we were talking about. There's moments that you remember. Like, there's still pretty decent parts.
Yeah, I mean, you got the car chase.
This movie was just like, I don't even know where to go. Like, it
was horrible, dude. It was just
it was bad.
You know, again, this is something I said earlier that I feel like this happens with movies because you just recently had the Bill and Ted movie. You had a Dumb and Dumber that came out 20 years later. And then you had this Matrix coming out.
I was
years later.
Dumb enough to go to the movie. I'm Dumb and Dumber because I went to the theater to see that piece of crap. I was like,
when a man describes himself as dumb for Dumb and Dumber, we really because
I went and saw the new one because they, that nostalgia kicks in. The only one who's done it right is so far Karate Kid.
Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai.
My God, I love that show.
Please say Ghostbusters.
But the new Ghostbusters is good.
That's something that's very high on my list.
Yeah,
it was really good.
Do you think there's an amount of time when something comes out that was really good, and if it's after a certain amount of time that really?
No, I think it's the person making the movie has to care a lot about it. They don't have to. They don't want money. They want to make a really good story. They don't want to sell toys to kids. They want, all right, I'm going to make a really good movie because I cared about this property.
So you're saying they got to be a fan?
Yeah. That's why all these new Star Wars movies are good, or new shows.
I think they were fans when they had the female Ghostbusters.
No,
that was garbage. That was
cash grab garbage. It was absolute trash, but I think they cared about the property, and they included the guys in.
They didn't care. They didn't care enough to ask anybody if this is a good idea, because people would have been like, "No." Any fan would have been like, "No,
well,
what are you doing?"
There's a lot of movies and stuff. Honestly, if you had told me before I saw season 1 of Cobra Kai, I would have been like, "Do not do this. This is a bad idea."
Cobra Kai started as a meme. I mean, you think about it, Cobra Kai, like. I remember watching the first trailer for the YouTube show Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
And it started because there was this whole meme going around about how, LaRusso was actually the bad guy. Mm-hmm. In this show, we got to see Johnny kind of having his moment.
Yes.
And getting his nose rubbed in it, even more at an advanced age. By the bad guy LaRusso, and that's ultimately, and did
you see the latest season?
Yes,
the John Taj. Oh my God, that was great.
I haven't watched it yet, dude. I can't wait.
Oh, dude, there's a great John. We called it the John Taj, where he does his own montage where he's training.
Definitely. We will not spoil a minute of it for you. Yeah. Get on it. There was only one guest appearance in this season that just irritated me, and it was just a very popular performer. But outside of that,
the joke was funny leading up.
That to me was dumb.
Yeah.
The thing about Cobra Kai, it's that, dude. It's the spin on Johnny. They switched, they flipped it, and that's what made it special, dude. And they made him. We hated him so much when we were kids. He was such a dick. And then we learned to love him, dude. And I'm sorry,
they stole his girl, and then they stole his trophy from the man. Well, come on!
And all he wanted to do was smoke a joint in this stall, and here he is getting water dumped on him.
I gotta go.
It's the point of view. It was the point of view.
I'm good.
But I tell you what, I've gotten a lot of respect for for Zapka, and it looks like he's just having a lot of fun with the character.
Yes,
and
yeah.
See you guys.
Later, man. Thanks for coming on,
Andy,
man.
I'll talk to you later, bud.
All right.
But yeah,
he in trouble.
I gotta get
he's been away from the family for a day.
Yeah, all day. Yeah,
And,
I understand. I told him, if you can't make it, I totally understand. You know, with the con and everything, no worries, man.
I was talking to him on the phone prior, and I told him if he's in distress to blink once for everything is cool and twice for come help me.
All right, guys, we'll go ahead and shut it down now. So we've talked about everything and just about everything. Next week is the comic book TV movie community, or whatever we call it. Is it too saturated right now? Because every week there's something new coming out, it seems like. So we'll talk about that next week and whatever else we can come up with.
And my homework for you is, if you want to talk about the bad, hey, play devil's advocate and find something good to support your argument.
That's right. I got nothing. And one of my homework assignments is I've got to find Why the Last Man and actually read that, and Lock and Key. I need to watch season 2. There's 2 things I got to do.
Hunt them down on trade, man.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
All right. Anything else, guys?
Thanks for having me. Good time.
Hey, good to be with you again, man.
Billy, thanks for being on. Maybe Ricky can make it on sometime, and whoever else we can find. Sean, Puff, thank you for coming on. I know you're not in the chat right now, but thanks for being on. Andy, thanks for being on. You two guys, always, thanks for being on. And that's all we got. And you guys have an incredible day.